So, hi everybody, this is Don Derwin. I'm working on a 2004 Yukon Denali XL. And replacing the water pump. And I took the old one off, was right there. But I found out where like it was leaking right there. Piece of the gasket is gone, so it probably gave way, and that's where it was leaking. Because at first I thought this was molten metal stuck on there, but no, it's the that's the gasket. But I know this is probably a pretty easy job, actually, you know. But here is the new water pump, and this is where you put the thermostat goes here. And there's lots of videos on this on YouTube, but there's where the thermostat goes. Right there, you gotta take this off, and then here is this thing, goes here somehow, like this, maybe the other way, somehow on here, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I guess it goes like that. Goes on there like that. Gotta take that off. But all in all, I mean, it seems to be pretty easy. You just gotta get this belt off, serpentine belt, and all that stuff comes off pretty easily. But and there's the air conditioning belt right there. That's where that goes, right here. But I don't have the air conditioner hooked up, which doesn't work. Anyway, so what's the point of putting a new belt on there? But the serpentine belt, yeah, the first time I worked in this truck, I'm like, I took the belt off. I'm like, how in the heck do I get that thing back on there? And I'm like, how did it come off? And I couldn't figure out how to get it back on. So I guess what somebody mentioned was the diagram is right here. So if you don't know how to put it back on, there it is. Depending on what kind of engine you have. But I was watching on YouTube, and the guy's like saying, "Oh, it's right there." But that's how it goes back on, goes on. Like, actually, it's really confusing once you get it off. Yeah, I mean, I tried to get it back on before, and it's like, what? But mainly, I guess it just goes around this part, mainly, and it goes around like that. But I'm just going to, you know, this thing seems kind of, oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah, there. I guess I'll screw up to begin with. There, it looks better. But there's a couple of things that give me some trouble that I wasn't expected. And I'm just going to go through some of those. I mean, basically it's not too hard. But one of the things that, a while back, I was working on this thing, I mean the truck, and I come across these things, and I'm like, what the heck is this? But they go right here in these holes right there, like that. And these things are actually very troubling because they're easy to get off, but what happens is they pop. When they come out, they pop, and then you can't find them because they pop like 5 feet up in the air, and then if there's a bunch of leaves on the ground, you can't find the darn thing because it's gone. So I'm just trying to say that if you're gonna work on this, just beware to put your hand over the top of these things when you're prying it out with the screwdriver, or however you want to get it out. Just beware that these things will pop up, and then if they pop up and fly 5 feet up in the air, you're going to spend 2 hours looking for it. So this, I lost one of these already once, somewhere over there, a couple of years ago, and same thing happened again. I didn't listen to myself. Note to self, put your hand over these things so they don't fly up. And yeah, lo and behold, I almost lost another one. Took me about 20 minutes to find this one and land on the ground here. So just beware of these things. Once they come up, they'll pop up. It's not that really important, you know, but you know, I don't want to like lose things, but I'm looking for that thing for a couple hours, you know. Well, I got a pillow underneath the car. And last time I was looking, I was wondering where this pillow went. This is one of my airline pillows. It shouldn't be on the ground here. Doesn't belong here. It's when I flew on Korean Airlines on the new airplane, the A380. The A380. That's a pillow they gave me. I'm like, hey, I want this thing. What does it say? Or the penalty of law. Oh, no. He said, please do not take our pillows. But I did anyway. But I've been, you know, didn't. And this thing, this little tool, which is the way most, I don't know, maybe cost me 25 bucks. The most useless piece of shit that there is. It's garbage. I'm supposed to put this on here and then, you know, put it on this clamp. I've seen a guy on YouTube, you know, you're supposed to put this on the clamp and get it off. You know, you're supposed to pull this lever and it's supposed to, you know, get the thing off, but you know what? It doesn't work. It's a piece of crap. It really is. I mean, I suppose, well, it goes on these things, but I don't even want to try and put it on. I see some guy on YouTube use it, but it's just they don't work. Waste of money. Totally a waste. And so I bought these, which they don't work either. This one, no, I couldn't get the clamp off either because I worked on it for like 2 hours. Actually, probably 3 hours. 2 hours trying to get it off. 1 hour with the Dremel. And this one was nice and easy to, you know, to come off here. Oh, you can't hardly see it. But this one I was able to get off here. Or no, this side over there. I was able to get that one off with just a regular pair of pliers, and I suppose, you know, they're alright because they got a little thing you could fuck, I'm not even recording. Where am I? Okay, I'm recording. I didn't know if I was recording or not. But yeah, I'm recording. But I'm not gonna put this thing together with two different videos, but anyway, they got the little thing on here. You can clip it around there and it'll help to get it off. I mean, it kind of, actually it's kind of hard, but it kind of clips around there and you can hopefully get it off, you know, a little bit easier. And so I couldn't get the other one off, and so I'm like, well, you know what, after I bought that thing and I bought the wrench, and well, before I was trying to use one of these, but they really don't work worth the shit anyway. I shouldn't be swearing. But, so I just, my little trusty old Dremel. This thing, you know what? I bought this many years ago to sand down my bridge on my guitar, my classical guitar that I bought. And I just needed to grind down a part on my guitar, and you know, this thing has been very, very, very useful. It costs like $50, one of these Dremel things, and this has been like a lifesaver thing for me. Actually, I never had one before until I seen somebody on YouTube using one, you know, for, you know, his guitar. And what you do, which channel I came, no, here. What you do is you just take this thing, it's a little grinding thing, and then they give you a little screwdriver. Put in here a little screwdriver. This is a little grinding wheel here, cut-off wheel. And then just put this on here, screw that on like that, and then you can grind it off. And so what I done is I done that and I ground it off. And you could use, you know, other things, you know, this, you know, but I was using a cutoff wheel. But what I done is I just sat there and I ground this off and ground. You know, I put this on the thing around here and I just sat there. Maybe it took me about, you know, 15 minutes or something. And I just ground it off. You know, it wasn't most. Oh, great. I got all my parts on the floor, on the ground. Look at that. It sucks. But anyway, I just grinding until it came loose. This really sucks, man. Oh man. But anyway, these are all the parts that come with it. Cut off wheels. Grinding thing. Some belt. And these are extra grinding wheels. You can buy these. I think I'm just going to leave that down there so I don't drop it again. But anyway, then the next thing that was kind of a problem is this fan. Getting this fan off. When I was first started working on this, I just bought a wrench to get this thing off. A big wrench. Like the guy said in the video, he hit it like maybe 7 or 8 times and it'll come off. But yeah, supposedly the first time I took it off it was easier, but the second time I took it off, because I put it on once already a couple years ago, and I put it on a little too tight. And the thing is you can't here. You can't get the fan off because it spins with this thing. Because this wheel spins along with the fan. The fan spins also, and this thing you can't grip onto it. So I had got one of these things, and you put it around the, and that helped. But mine was on so tight that it wouldn't come off. Because I put it on too tight. So this time, when I put it on, I'm not going to make it too tight. I'm going to just kind of just not even tighten it, just kind of put it on snug. And I guess it probably runs, it probably turns a counter rotation, so it'll tighten up as it turns, I guess. But this time I'm going to not tighten it very much. So, because this thing spins along with it, Then I bought a torque wrench, which I wasn't going to torque these down, but I'm like thinking when I took it off, when I was taking the bolts off, that there were some that were really loose, so I guess it's a good idea to torque them down, because it should be evenly tightened. There was like some that were kind of like loose, and one was tight, really tight. But then make sure you get off the gasket material on there. And basically I'm just going to put it back together, and hopefully this thing will be going in a little bit, providing I got a hose clamp, and I gotta replace that one. I think I got one, pretty sure. And then that should be it for this the video, more or less, unless I make more of the video, but unless I discover anything else. So, but you tighten them down to 18 to 25 foot-pounds. That's what somebody was saying on the on YouTube. So I'm gonna torque mine down maybe 25 foot-pounds, and I'll put some anti-seize stuff on them, because the one was a little hard to get out. Here, where some of them were a little kind of corroded, like this one And this one there didn't really look too good. So I'm going to put some anti-seize on them, which I always do. And these were all pretty nice, you know, but a little rusty. But because you would not want to get one of those broke off in there. That would be hell getting that thing out. Would not be fun. So anyway, I'm just going to put my, oh, and I got some gasket, one guy was saying put some of this stuff on here. Some water pump and thermostat housing gasket maker, but it's not, I mean, it has a gasket already on there, except I guess there's, the guy was like saying put it around it, you know, so it don't leak, you know, just put a little extra, you know, I suppose. Yeah, so anyway, that's my insights onto the water pump. And you know, oh, too, another thing too, mine, which I'm kind of questioning, but when it started to leak, I didn't notice. I was at school, and it started to leak, and I noticed my engine was smoking after I shut it off. I'm like, what? And I tried to put some fluid in there, because thank God I had a little bit. And I filled the fluid up in there, and it just started leaking out all over the ground. And so I went into school. I got 2 gallons of liquid, you know, just from some water. And then I put that in, and it started leaking right away. And so I lived like about 5 minutes away from the school, so I just drove. And it was kind of overheating. It was like up to 260 degrees. So I hope I didn't damage anything. But you know, I got it home. You know, it was kind of smoky a little bit. I just drove for like 5 minutes on highway, about 5 miles, and doing 55, 60, but without no water pump. But I hope everything, you know, is okay with it. But I don't know how long you can drive without no radiator fluid in there. But I know the stock, I mean the dragsters, the top fuel, you know, the ones that, you know, do 5 seconds and like 320 miles an hour in 5 seconds or 6 seconds, they don't use any radiator fluid. They say they're not running long enough to need it. I mean, that's what I heard. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I've heard, that they don't even use it because it's not running long enough to use it. So I suppose that's extra weight. But anyway, I hope everything's gonna be okay with that. So anyway, that's my video on the repair of the water pump. And hope this video helped you out. It's not that cold, it's just I like the hat on. But anyway, it's a 2004 Yukon Denali XL. Little rusted. Yukon XL. So anyway, hope this video has helped you out, and catch y'all later. Okay, bye. Maybe I'll add some more of the video, maybe not. Okay, catch you later. Goodbye. Well, hi everybody, this is Don Derwin again. I was just going to mention one thing. that I forgot about this fan. How I got it off. Which would be very interesting. But so how I got it off was I couldn't get it off on the vehicle. I mean on the truck. So what I done is I just left it attached to the water pump. And lo and behold, like many years ago, when I was building this house 35 years ago, something like this. I actually built the house for my mom, but now I'm the owner of it. But because my mom died, unfortunately. But how I got off, I told her, I says, man, you need a vise. You need a vise. I kept on stressing that. You need to have a vise. And one of the most important things you need, a vise. And I was really stressing that. So I bought a vise and put one in on the workbench. But you definitely need a vise if you're doing any kind of work or anything. You need to have a vise. So I put one in and I've used it all the time. But that's the only way I got the thing off, was a vise, you know, attached to a table. And I just gripped it around it, or I opened it up and gripped it around the edges of here, around there, to there, took the jaws in there, and you know, gripped it, and then just spun it off with the wrench, and it was still in there kind of tight. So, but it was kind of in the way when I was taking a water pump off and all the other clamp, and that's another reason the clamp was so difficult to get at. I mean, I had to grind it off, but I don't think it would have worked anyway, regardless. But yeah, I spent like 2 hours trying to get the thing off, that clamp, and probably about 20 minutes to grind it off. But then I just left the fan on until I took the water pump off. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have got the fan off. So it's just some heads up on you guys. If the fan is stuck on there, just, you know, put it in a vise and try to get it off with a wrench. But just don't put it on too tight. But that's how I got the fan off. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten it off. I don't know how to get it off. I mean, that was a real. I thought about that for a while on how to get it off. But take the whole water pump off with it and take it over to your vise and get it off that way. But I just wanted to mention that. Right now I'm putting on these gaskets here. And, put them on there. Put some of that gasket sealer on there, and that's about it. But I just remembered that I forgot to say how I got the fan off, because that could be could have been very, very difficult to get off. Anyway, catch y'all later. Goodbye.